Hello, everyone. I'm Brianna. This is Purified People. Um, Today I'm thinking about extreme ownership. What does it mean to take extreme ownership? And I just talked about this the other day, but I'm still in on that thought because we hold as people a lot more power than we think within our choices and within our actions. Um, so many people spend their time, we see through, many of us see through a lot of the corruption that lies within anything. It doesn't just stop with our governments, doesn't just stop with our technology, it doesn't just stop in our food supply. There's corruption everywhere, and there's a lot of pollutants within ourselves that if we rid ourselves, then we can understand that we hold a lot more power than we think. So the minute that we start to say that the government's taking control over us, or the government is trying to take our power away, um, that's a dangerous perspective to have, in my view, because we hold all of the power as the people, and that power is in our choices and in our actions. So, are we aware of the corruption, but we're still supporting those institutions? Then that's not on the institutions, that's on us. And we're all guilty, to an extent. I mean, it would take extreme measures in the society that we live in now to completely rid ourselves of that. I mean, in an ideal world, that would be great to rid ourselves of that. But that's just not realistic to get everybody on board with that. But it is something that we can begin to take action in. And it's something that we can begin to establish and instill in our younger and future generations to have the awareness of their personal power, and the awareness that there is power within their words, their thoughts, and their decisions. And if we don't do it, then somebody else will, um, in accordance to their agenda or their thoughts, their belief system, and that may not align with ours. So, we don't need to hand our power over away and sit here and focus every day on what happened in the WHO meeting today, or whatever those meetings, are that, I can agree there's a lot of greed and corruption there. But just focusing on that alone does not build a strong foundation on the other side. And that proactive approach is what's needed. And it comes down to our individual actions. So, where can we take control? We can take control in our lifestyle habits, in, choosing food that holds nutritional value and intelligence, and choosing to put that into our bodies over dead and dull genetically modified food. That's the simplest choice we can make. Um, and we can choose to read a book or listen to a book that's full of wisdom from true successful people, over scrolling through Facebook or YouTube channels every day, um, and developing insight that's lasting, and then passing that along. There's plenty of things that we can do to take back our power. Um, we all know there's 99% of us that are in that lesser of, financial fortune. And it takes the pioneers, and it takes people to really come together and take action to build that other side up. And if you're not part of taking that action, then at what room do you have to just sit here and bitch and complain about how you don't like it, how it's going? That's when you're handing over your power to that control. So we don't have to be a part of that drama fest. There's nobody forcing us to read that media. There's nobody forcing us to go along with what these articles are saying or what these ideas are. We hold that power, and it's something that needs to be taken seriously, and just action needs to be taken as ourselves, as individuals, so that we, can make a real difference. And that's not going to happen by sitting here and reading articles all day. It's just not. So, time to take action, no time to waste. And it's not about us, it's about our future generations. And somebody has to do it. So, time to hold up our personal power and pass that along to our future. That's my thoughts for today. And I will see you guys back here next time.